Hi everyone, this is Arthur. He's my new puppy. He is the Oracle's new puppy. Arthur, I have a question for you. What is the hardest song in jazz? Was it the hardest song to play? Puppy Kisses? Thank you. I don't think Puppy Kisses is a song. But thank you. Say hi to Arthur. Arthur, say hi to everyone. Okay, good boy. Hi friends, I'm the Saxophone Oracle, and this week I wanted to talk about what is, in my opinion, to be the most difficult song to play in jazz. More specifically, the hardest song to play well in all of the jazz standard repertoire. Now, I already know many of you are going to disagree with me. You're going to say I'm crazy because I'm not talking about a tune like Giant Steps or Countdown or Inner Urge or something in 5/4, 13/8, anything like that. The tune that I think is the most difficult in all of jazz repertoire, it's a Charlie Parker tune. Okay, it's a bird tune, and the tune is My Little Suede Shoes. Okay. Stop. I know those of you who are familiar with this tune are probably screaming at the YouTube right now. I get it. You're probably saying, what are you talking about, Oracle? That's the easiest song in the world. We give that to beginners. Anyone who knows how to play saxophone is just going to tear it to pieces. It's such an easy song. Well, I beg to differ. So at least for me, I dread playing these kind of tunes. I find them so insanely difficult. For the very reason that they are that simple. Sometimes the simplest tunes, you have so little to work with, you have so little to work with, it's hard to come up with anything interesting to say, right? It's hard to build a solo, it's hard to create interest, it's hard to develop ideas over something that is so simple and you have nothing to work with. So sure, we give this song to beginners because it's in E flat major, 2 5 3 6 2 5 3 6, but basically it's the key of E flat major. If you know your F major scale on tenor or C major scale on alto, any note you play is pretty much safe, right? There's no wrong note as long as you know that scale. So it's a great little cushion, fun little thing for beginner improvisers to experiment, get their toes wet, etc. But I mean, man, there's nothing to grab onto or build interest with. It's like if we do a harmonic analysis, 2 5 3 6 2 5 3 6 2 5 3 6 over and over again, and that's it for 32 bars. Most songs at least go somewhere. The relative minor, the 4 chord, maybe the flat 6, the third, the key of 3, something like that. This doesn't. I mean, technically it does. In the bridge, the first measure, you go to the 4 chord, A flat major. But the thing is, it doesn't stay in the key of 4. It goes immediately back to 3 6 2 5 3 6 2 5. And really, the only reason I think that 4 chord is to mark the bridge. So it's an AABA form, and by going to the 4 chord, it briefly marks that, okay, letting everyone in the band know now we're in the bridge. But it serves no purpose, the 4 chord. We're still basically in the key of E flat. Like the 4 chord is the same thing as the 2 chord that we're always playing, 2 5. They're both predominants and essentially the exact same chord. The only difference is the note the bass player is playing. So really this chord for this song for 32 bars is this super happy E flat major with nothing going on, right? Like we have all the devices that we can use. We can play rhythmically, we can play motivically, we can play repetitive ideas. We can run the changes, we can alter the chord changes, we can make the dominant chords altered chords, the minor chords, half diminished chords. We can play all kinds of different substitutions over the key of E flat at large. You can play pentatonics, you can play bluesy, you can play in and out of the key. But even with all the devices we have at our disposal, it's so unbelievably difficult. And being able to play one of these tunes really well, I think, is what separates the children from the adults. And we see the cream rise to the top. And most people don't play these tunes, right? When I think of the undisputed king, heavyweight champion of this kind of stuff. It's the great Sonny Rollins. And I mean, it's masterful. It's sickening how well he plays this stuff, and it's a testament to what an amazing force of nature he is, a true improviser. It's just unbelievable, because he tends to play these tunes, whether it's My Little Suede Shoes or Paul's Pal or St. Thomas, anything like that, and he just eats them alive. It's like, it's ferocious. He'll play a 10-minute solo, and not only is it good, but it gets better and better and more exciting, and you're on the edge of your seat, like, what's he gonna do next, Whereas almost anyone else who plays these tunes, it's just like, when is it gonna be over? Like, if I go to a jam session and someone calls a tune like this, like My Little Suede Shoes or St. Thomas, it's just like, oh, please, no. And if I have to play it, I'm gonna play 2 choruses, in and out, try and say as much as I can say with the material that's there, and then leave it. And then you're sitting there on stage listening to everyone else just, fall on their faces. It's brutal. So, so there's that aspect of the tune. First of all, there's no harmonic interest. There's nothing there to work with. And then you couple that with, on this tune, this calypso quasi-Latin beat. Sure, it's cutesy, it's a neat little groove. If you're putting together a set, it's a way to break up the set list instead of everything being swing or ballads or whatever. It's a cute little thing. You can picture yourself in the islands, grooving away with your rum and the white sand beach and everything. It's neat, it's novel. But in terms of being like that rhythm being a vehicle for jazz improvisation, at least in a traditional sense of jazz, it's just like, in my opinion, it's horrible. It's like the worst thing possible. It's like, okay, it's cool, but it's like, it gets boring and stale so quickly. It's painful. It trudges along, and it gives you nothing to work with, as a basis for improvisation. You get nothing from that groove. And there's, even if you have a great rhythm section, taking a calypso and like kicking it into 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear to give you somewhere to go, it's just like, it doesn't lend itself to that. So it's it's like horrible. And the proof to that, this is great. I'm sure many of you who are familiar with St. Thomas recognize it when you feel it, but you're probably not hip to what's actually happening. In the original version on the saxophone Colossus, next time you listen to it, pay attention to this. So they start out St. Thomas, and they got the boom, 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 going, everyone sounds great. Sonny's playing a mix of neat motivic things, and then lines, fantastic, all over this calypso beat. Everyone sounds great. But about halfway point of the tune, or maybe 3/4 of the way through the tune, all of a sudden, the band breaks into regular 4/4 swing. And I don't know about you, but when I hear it, it feels like an atomic bomb has gone off. Like the explosion of energy that comes out of the band, it's euphoric. It's like, okay, this is really good song, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, that's jazz. Like the ferocity, it just kicks it up, like not to 2nd gear, but like 8 or 9 notches. It's unbelievable. So pay attention to that. So I think, this tune being super happy major with no harmonic interest, you got this cutesy little beat that you're blowing over. It's so unbelievably difficult, in my opinion, to play anything meaningful, interesting, anything with substance. So yeah, for me, that's it. Any tune like that, especially My Little Suede Shoes, it's got to be the hardest thing. It's got to be the hardest tune out there. Give me any kind of chord changes any day to blow over other than this. Anyway, so that's that. I don't want to leave you with nothing to listen to. So believe me, it was not fun, but I managed to lay down 2 choruses on this tune for you to listen to. I hope it's not too painful. But believe me, even the 2 choruses, it doesn't help that I'm playing with a backing track. I don't enjoy that. But even 2 choruses, it's like, I find it really, really difficult. So anyway, this is what I could do for 2 choruses of My Little Suede Shoes. Well, I'm the Saxophone Oracle. That's what I wanted to talk about this week. I'm curious to know what you think. What is your tune that you have the most difficulty with? Is there a tune out there that you've been working on for years, and no matter how hard you try to practice it or how much you work on it, it's always like your nemesis, you can't get past this tune? What is it? For me, it's My Little Suede Shoes by Charlie Parker. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You know, it's people like you who are going to make this channel grow if you share and subscribe, if you like what you're seeing. If you have questions or comments, leave them below. I'd love to address them in any future videos. Thank you, as always, for continuing to watch. I'm the Saxophone Oracle. I wish you happy practicing. See you next Tuesday. Bye for now. You're a good boy. I like you. I'm going to keep you.